Time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace and former Ottawa Senator Jason York.
Welcome, everybody. We've got a very special show for everybody today. This is going to be fantastic. This might turn out to be one of my favorite all-time shows. Number one, I slept like a baby last night. We'll get into all that later, Graeme and Wally. But biggest reason why this might be the best show ever, Wally has lost his voice. The bad eating finally got up to him. I believe the condition he's suffering from, Graeme, is poutine-itis. Too many poutines during the playoffs, and now he can't talk anymore. This is what happens when you don't take care of yourself. You get run down. You stay in shitty hotels, shitty airport hotels, and you eat like crap. So Wally, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck for people listening online because Wally's just gonna use a whiteboard today and basically gonna write down whenever he wants to interject, and he'll have his whiteboard, and I'll just say what's on the whiteboard. So Graeme, how you doing?
Not too bad. You can't make Wally laugh though. As soon as you make Wally laugh, he'll start coughing, and it's game over. But he's got, I think he's got the Ebola. Like he caught whatever I had. Like I was struggling for a couple days in Toronto. Like,
yeah, but
games 1 and 2 and persevered, got through it. But oh man,
to me, this all comes back to your guys' Saturday in Toronto. You went with a healthy choice at the airport hotel and had a salad. Wally just mowed down a poutine, and then I'm in the press box with him last night, and he's hammering chocolate chip cookies. Like, you can't keep doing this. You can't.
I had one.
Save your voice. Save your voice. Save your voice.
I had one. By the way, this show brought to you by Bet365.
Okay, yeah. This show is brought to you by Bet365. So, anyhow, lots to talk about today. Reading a lot of this stuff online last night from Sanderson, and I think in general, people are happy. People are happy. It was a great season. Wally's got a sign that says "Go Sens." But this is what happens. Playoffs take a lot out of you, and you can see like our crew right here. Like we were playing hurt. We had guys battling. And this is what happens. It's all going to come out now with the Sens. I can't wait to find out what certain guys were playing with, what guys were battling with. Like, just look at us. Like we're a beaten up crew. Playoffs, we got one guy who can't speak anymore. He's lost his voice entirely.
That's just what it takes.
If you want to dig deep and put together a good product, there's going to be some casualties, and we've got one.
Okay, hang on a second. You can't go, we all played hurt, and you just said, I slept like a baby last night.
Yeah, because I take care of myself. Like I take care of myself.
All that stretching in the press box has got you.
Yep. During the game, I stretch out during the press box. Keep limber, keep loose. Got to do it. You know, I'm not getting any younger. But I don't know, Graeme. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
How you feeling about things?
I feel really good. Like, you know, I thought, you know, looking back at the series in a nutshell, like after game 1, I'm like, okay, is this going to be like a silver lining series? Like they got outclassed. They looked nervous in the first game, and you're like, oh man, hopefully this isn't one of those series. Like hopefully they put forth their best efforts and give a good true representation of themselves and this young core that's coming together nicely. And I think you started to see that in games 2 and 3. Game 4, they obviously got the first win. Game 5, they get the other win, and you're like, you start feeling really, really good about this team, and just the level of comfort progressed throughout the course of the series. Yorkie, like we kind of talked about it last night a little bit in the press box, but like they just look so comfortable playing the game, playing this style of hockey, and especially against Toronto. Like they weren't overwhelmed by the moment, and I think that's pretty much all you can ask for from this series. It's just there's so many lesson learned opportunities, and I think they represented themselves well, and it's some great moments, great learnable moments, teachable moments within the series, and it should bode well for the future, hopefully.
I'll have to admit, I had we've got someone. The chat is fired up right now. Of course, Yorkie slept like a baby because Wally paid for the beers at the Oak. Well, we're gonna have to clarify that because there's a little bit of an asterisk about Wally shaking. Wally, just shave your voice. You can't talk. Don't worry about this. We'll clarify what happened at the Oak here. The Oak was all the people. First of all the people that came out yesterday and during the playoffs, again in Toronto at Shoeless. That was awesome. Seeing the excitement, the people there. I had some great giveaways, and Wally. I'll say Wally. While he did his part in making sure the Oak paid for those beers. Did you know that, Graeme?
No idea.
No
idea.
No, so I'll give Wally full props here. And that's good on the Oak because they sponsored the show, so they chipped in a little bit for those beers. But I'll give Wally props because he made it happen. But just going back to last night's game, I didn't have a great feeling before that game. I didn't want to burst a lot of people's bubbles and say I'm feeling maybe I didn't have a great feeling on who was going to win or who's going to lose. But you had to think the way Toronto was playing this year. It wasn't your old Toronto Maple Leafs. And this series could have went either way. It was 50-50 to me. And I tweeted something out last night about the puck battles, and it was pretty ironic. Last game, game 6, it was 50-50. So usually with the puck battles, it's like 48, 52. But it was dead on even. 50% won by Ottawa, 50% won by Toronto. So that to me was the series. Like a bounce here, a bounce there. Any team could have won this series. So if you're a Sens fan, not that you're feeling great, but you got to feel pretty good that your team went out there, could have won the series. Few little things here and there, Graeme. Obviously, we can get into it later on the show, like the power play, some key moments, some bounces. They probably have to do a better job of blocking shots. I will say this. I'll say Toronto, to me, in this series, was a little bit better at doing the little things. Getting in shooting Lanes. Well, face-offs. We can get into that as well. Face-offs were huge in this series, but I tell you, to a man with the level of experience Ottawa had, how many first-timers there were, guys playing their first playoffs ever. This team handled themselves extremely well, being down 3-0, coming back, making a series of it. And hey, like last night, again, being down 2-0, coming back, like that's very tough to do against a team that plays that way. Doesn't give you a lot. So I full marks to the Sens, and you saw it after the game when players got a standing ovation from the fans. It was a great feeling. To me, it was a signal that times have now officially changed in Ottawa. Like this, there's hope. There's all kinds of joy in the city because now they're onto something, and it's been a long time coming. But I think people now know that this team has a path.
So how about we can get into like last night's game a little bit, but let's get some ad reads done so we can I'll kick it off.
We need to get a picture of Wally just sitting there looking straight ahead.
Yeah. So this episode is fueled by Gabriel Pizza.
Save your voice.
The official pizza of the Ottawa Senators and coming in hot. Download the Gabriel Pizza app, earn points with every order, and unlock exclusive deals through Gabriel Pizza perks. Go to GabrielPizza.com or check out the app for daily specials and, of course, their playoff specials. Gabriel Pizza. Bigger, better. Gabriel.
Yeah, and this show also brought to you by Merkley Supply, our good friends at Merkley. They're home to Ottawa's largest custom boutique in Eastern Ontario. They deliver to Ottawa, Gatineau, Kingston, the Ottawa Valley, and surrounding areas. So if you're looking for stone, brick, landscaping products, or specialty building supplies, you can count on Merkley Supply. Go to merkleysupply.com or visit their showroom in Hittenburg. Merkley, make every milestone.
And finally... Oh, you got it? Okay. Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
You want to save your voice? Like these
Charm
are important
Diamond
minutes.
Centers is proudly Canadian and owned and operated since 1972 with more than 85 locations across the country through Charm and their sister brands. If nothing will make you want to go to Charm more than this, probably. Get custom ring building delivered in less than 4 weeks with the Charm Masterpiece Program and unbeatable pricing policy. Check out a large selection of Canadian lab-grown diamonds. Mine diamonds don't pay until 2026. Don't forget the Charm Diamond Flexity card. For more information, go to charmdiamondcenters.com. Chosen
God.
Oh my God.
Centers.
I can't.
Voice like an
Nailed
alien.
it.
I'm crying.
gonna-
I'm laughing so hard.
We're gonna have to do availability after the show. Wally's gonna have to come out just like Tkachuk is, and I'm sure Ridley Gregg's gonna say what was wrong with him. Wally just I was playing hurt the entire podcast playoffs. I couldn't speak. I was mentally exhausted. Oh God. I'll give you kudos for that, Wally. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that might get you in the good guy club. The way you battled during the playoffs. I'll give you you know what?
So
I gotta call it like it is, and I commend you for playing hurt during the playoffs.
The chat's just blowing up right now, Wally.
last night in the locker room, so it's cold in the building if you're sitting in the press box ish. Where I was getting cold near the third period, you start to get tired. So I had my jacket on. So then I have a pullover or like a quarter zip and then golf shirt. So I forget really to take it off. I'm in the locker room, and when you go in the locker room after a game, they crank the heat to start drying the gear out. All of a sudden, when I'm into Brady, into the interview, just sweating profusely. He's probably like, "What is wrong with you?" Just beads of sweat coming down as I've got this jacket, but zipped right up like it's winter. So yeah, it was a long night for me.
Oh God. You had a fever too? Fever.
Oh, I got everything. Yeah.
I was sitting right beside you. Am I gonna get sick? Like
Probably.
I was sitting I was 2 feet
Probably.
away from you. I better
I'm
not
like,
get sick. I gotta drive to
Damn.
London today.
Call my mom.
Get in the sauna. Get in the sauna right now, Yorkie.
No sympathy from Lisa either. From Lisa, she's like 12 seats down. Doesn't even come to check on him.
No, she's annoyed. I probably kept her up all night coughing.
So when are we gonna find out? Because I love hearing now what I don't love it, but I'm very interested to find out what guys are playing through, what guys we're actually dealing with. Because listen, I thought Brady played incredibly well, and he got better as the series went on. But I'm dying to know exactly what he was playing with. Ridley Gregg, Nick Jensen. Like this is gonna trickle out here over the next couple of days, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask last night.
Yeah,
but I'm like, the locker cleanouts tomorrow. I'll just wait. No one wants to talk the night after being eliminated about injuries. So I'll ask tomorrow about what the injuries were with certain players.
Yeah. Like I didn't just back to what I said earlier. It's so tough because you have to be honest with yourselves here. Toronto finished first in the division this year. They're a good team. Craig Berube is an excellent coach. They made some big changes that I thought really helped that team become a much better playoff team. They brought in, to me, one of the best long and tall defensemen in the National Hockey League, which you need to win the playoffs, and that's Brandon Carlo. They signed Tanev in the summer, who I think is still, at his age, one of the best two-way defensive defenseman in the league. Like, he can move the puck, but just how and we saw it in the series, how many times did he stop goals around the crease where he was strong on his stick, sliding to break up 2-on-1s. The Leafs have never had players like that are true playoff guys. And you saw it last night when the game was on the line. Who had that key? Like, to me, I know they're big guys, whatever, they got some points, but to me, it was the other guys that another guy, Wally, who we talked to during the playoffs, Brad Treliving, like he did a nice job for Toronto, bringing in Scott Lawton. Like the block Lawton made, was it Shabbat or Sanderson shot? If that gets through, like that's a good chance. Like that could turn into a goal. So you gotta give Toronto props, and the players did for they just played a much more grindier style of game, and I attribute it to those guys they brought in. Even the guy on the fourth line there, Wally, who we're watching, Jan Krook there, like just key things, key moments. And also too, I think it was you, Graeme, or Wally, talking about Knives. Like they never had a guy like Matthew Knives before. Like that guy's going to be a really good power forward in the league. But in saying all that, Ottawa still almost won this series with guys that have never been in the playoffs before and guys learning how to win. Like best defenseman, like take solace in this. Jake Sanderson is now like I've saw some ballots, Graeme. He's on some ballots for some People's Norris trophies.
And he would have probably been on more if he didn't spend like 2 months of the season playing with Hammock.
Yeah.
Like,
Is he on yours?
How do
you
you
put him on yours? Yeah. Is he on yours?
I had him probably in the 6, 7
Okay.
area.
Okay, that's not
when
bad.
I did mine. But like I'll publish an article detailing like why I made my picks, who I took, and I'll publish that for full transparency effect. But no, like I think that those 2 months with Hammond, it kind of cost him a little bit. Like he was not that I care, but plus not that I care.
The season's over, Graeme. You can't keep piling on Hammer time. You're gonna get Wally's sick. Don't make him sicker.
No,
Disgusted.
I'm not. It has nothing to do with Hammond right now. Like I don't. His contract's done. He's no longer.
He could have just said he had a couple off months, but it's like, come on.
Wow, no, like
Hammer.
People know. Like people aren't stupid. They know exactly what happened. Like there's no point skirting around the issue. He spent 2 months. He spent 2 months with a defensive anchor, and it probably cost him ballots. I don't think there's any harm or shame in saying that, but. His season was unbelievable. Like, yeah, he's taken his game to another level. Even from like the moment he arrived in camp, you're like, there was like a little bit more offensive aptitude, a little more confidence with the puck. He's shooting the puck better, it looked like, and that kind of carried over through the course of the season. And just to see how he progressed through the year and like the levels that he was playing at with Zub towards the end of the season was just incredible. But to get back to the game last night, Yorkie. You talked about Toronto, what you were impressed with there, but I thought like that last night's effort had to be. I feel like that was Ottawa's sloppiest effort probably since like game 1. Like they just didn't. I love Hammer.
Well, he's got a I love Hammer sign up. Yes, he does.
Like it just felt like Ottawa's play last night, Yorkie. Just I don't know. I didn't like some of their touches. Like they were playing well defensively, obviously, but like when they had the puck, it just. Nothing was flowing. I know like you have to give a lot of credit to the Leafs for how they play defensively and their structure and system and stuff. But like, I don't know. It felt like there was just a lot of unforced errors last night.
I figured out now who Wally is right now. Have you guys seen the movie Legends of the Fall? Brad Pitt.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I got to say. We can move on.
No, you're not Brad Pitt. You're Anthony Hopkins, the old disheveled dad when he has a joke, and he has to basically write things down so he can communicate with people. You're now the dad from Legends of the Fall, and you can only communicate via writing on your board. Okay, we mentioned Sanderson. Leave me alone. I'm going to ask everybody. I'm going to ask both of you guys this. For the series against Toronto, which player for Ottawa were you, number 1, most impressed with, and number 2, most surprised with, and number 3, most disappointed with? So we'll start with most impressed with.
So I'm basing this on relativity. Like I think you look at Ottawa's high-end players. You expect them to play at a higher level than most players. I think, like for me personally, most impressive was Tyler Clevin, and we've waxed poetic talking about his game.
You're going most impressed, Clevin? Most impressed?
Because he's big, rangy defenseman who can skate well.
I like it.
His poise with the puck is just that's grown so much. It's ridiculous. It's just his poise and comfortability. He's like making turns, skating back in the D zone, evading pressure, making cleaner exits, and it's just. Watching him evolve over the course of the last like 15, 20 games and then playing at such a high level in the postseason, I think was like, to me, that was the most impressive thing.
That's a good one. Wally, who are you going with? Who are you most impressed with? Brady Tkachuk.
Okay.
Brady Tkachuk. You're most impressed with Tkachuk. And because he played hurt?
Well, he played hurt, led them in points, led them in goals, led them in shots, led them in hits. He led them on the ice. So he did everything we expected or wanted him to do, probably while playing, God, I don't know, anywhere from 60 to 75%.
Mm-hmm. That's a good pick, dude.
Or sorry, he was second in hits. Do you know who was first in hits, Jason York?
Oh, I know.
For the Sens, I'm probably going to go first in hits. Oh, boy. I don't know, Batherson potentially.
Timmy,
no, he was next.
Oh, Timmy Stutzla was. Timmy Stutzla was.
Yeah.
Timmy was first. Yeah. That's the guy. Leave your voice. I was most impressed with. If you want to communicate, get your whiteboard out. I was most impressed with Stützle, and I know the points aren't well, he had the one with 3 points. 5 points still pretty good, but just even last night, guys, when the season was on the line, how he played, like he was doing things on the ice that nobody on either team was doing. And I'm including Matthews, I'm including Marner, Willie Nylander to some degree was doing it, but he doesn't do it at the same kind of pace that Stützle does. Like there were times, guys, when he would take the game over because he would pick the puck up in his own zone, transport it out, gain the line. If he had to chip it in, he would then be first on the forecheck, make contact, and they get the puck back. Like that's something that you don't see star players do. Like just that kind of all around game. It's just he was playing physical, he was playing with skill, he was playing with edge. And I loved his compete. I thought he really took a massive step in the playoffs, and he had some looks last night around the net where, boy, like they were just converging on him. But his will, I loved the will he was playing with, and I like Tkachuk. Tkachuk was great too. I could very easily put Tkachuk in there. I could put Sanderson in there. Totally agree with you, Graeme, on Clevin. I thought he was amazing in this series. I thought Thomas Chabot, after the first game, played extremely well. I thought he did some really good things in this series. I thought Amadio was great. So there's all kinds of guys you could point at, but to me, when Stützle's on the ice, he just has that game-breaking ability, and guess what? It's only going to get better. This is his first playoffs. If that's his first playoff, I can't wait to see what the future is for this kid. Like I just saw it. That guy was playing this series from the tips. Super impressed. All right. Who were you most?
You just needed more points for me.
I get it. But you got to admit the drive, the will.
Absolutely.
It just
same with the third period, like the third period last night. Sorry to cut you off, Yorkie, but like the third period last night, it looked like he was trying to put the whole team on his back. Like he was.
I loved it.
Puck on the stick. He's trying to do everything, and it was fun to watch. And it gets a Timmy chant. Like I don't think I've ever heard a Timmy chant at the CTC
Fans know.
season.
Oh, I believe so.
At the CTC,
not like last night. Not like
I don't know.
Night.
That was
well, last night's different. The crowd was amazing. I thought the crowd was coming from Toronto in Game 5. The crowd was outstanding for Game 6 here in Ottawa. And Games 3 and 4 too. Don't let me forget. But love the energy that crowd had, especially even down 2-0 or whatever it was. Right? They were still very much on top of things. Even
at the end, right? Like everyone standing ovation, chanting names. Like that was good. It was good. It felt like a full circle moment where it's like, okay, everything is positive. Let's move forward with this direction. And it was cool to see. It was cool to see play out live. But Yorkie, you had what? Most disappointing was the next one?
Yeah, I don't want to get. I don't want to get
disappointing was last. What was the second one?
Most improved or whatever. Most
surprised. Who most surprised? Who most surprised you?
Clevin. Yeah.
You're going the Clevin again?
No, I had Tkachuk first. Pay attention.
Tkachuk and then Clevin. Yeah. I think I'm with you on that one, Wally. Graeme, who do you got for who most surprised you?
That's a good question. I guess Clevin would have fit in there as well, but I don't know. Like I think for me, like the play of the veterans, like I think like Giroux had, like he's an older player now. I found his game kind of faded a bit down the stretch of the regular season, but like he had some big moments in the postseason. I think he was finished second on the team in points, I believe. I thought he was very good. DP. It's not that I'm like super surprised by them, but like, for a guy who was bumped down to the fourth line at one point in this series and he came back and he played at such a high level, it gave him kind of spark on the second line, kind of reignited the second line for moments there. Like I thought his play was just, those guys found more gears than I thought they still had left. And I was just super impressed by those guys.
Yeah. Clevin for me was the guy. I thought he really elevated and got better and better. The thing I liked about David Perron was he kind of got bumped around. Like they kept trying to figure out a way, trying to get Zetterlund going, and Perron was on that line. He got taken off, put on the fourth line. What does he do? He goes on the fourth line, makes a difference. last night makes a difference again. Man, he's such a good story. But I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not surprised he did that, because that's what he is. That's what he is. We know what he is. That's why he was signed. People during the season were like, "Oh God, can't believe we got one more year of this guy." That's what people were saying early on in the year. But hey, he had a lot of tough circumstances he had to go through with what was going on with his family. Then he hurt his back. But coming back, Masterton nominee. He's just been a great story. And I thought, like, he's just a big game player. So not surprised. It's easy answer for me. Clevin for me is the guy. It's most surprising is how he stepped up, just how he skates with the puck for a big man.
Yeah.
And some of that, like last night, I thought was his best game. Again, when everything's on the line, it's win or go home. And he was laying guys out last night, playing physical, playing mean, playing with composure. Like, he's everything you want in a defenseman moving forward. Long, big, mean, can skate, shows up in big games. Like,
I feel like his game could go to another level if he just becomes just a hair more mean, because I think he has an opportunity to be a physically imposing force out there. I think he's still I think you probably Yorkie, you played the game for a long time on defense.
Yeah.
Like, how long did it take you before you felt comfortable, just more comfortable, laying out, laying the body, playing more physical?
I tell you, when it's honestly for me, it was after I played in my first playoff series in Ottawa. Playoffs, just because I had played, it took me a long time to crack Detroit's lineup. It took me 3.5 years because they had so many good players back then. And then even then, I didn't feel great. You don't feel super confident. You go to Anaheim, kind of on a shitty team that doesn't make the playoffs. You don't really get respect. Because think about the league, like, if you don't make the playoffs and you're one of those guys that just plays in the regular season, it's tough to get respect. You get respect in the playoffs. Until you get there, experience it, and play in those types of games, it's kind of a signal to yourself that, hey, I played in the playoffs. I know what it takes. I can do this. So probably took me 5 years, but 3 of those were spent in the minors. So for Clevin, it's happening quickly, which is really nice to see.
I noticed a few people in the chat were also mentioning Adam Gaudette's name, and I think that's another great guy who's just,
he was good.
You went from a second power play unit, moving up and down the lineup on the wings to being the fourth line center, and I thought his defensive game grew exponentially through the course of the season, and he played very well in the postseason. So that's a great call by the listeners.
He might have played too well, Graeme. He might have played too well. It's because now he's a UFA, and good for him. I think there's going to be some teams that come knocking on the door for him, because everyone's looking for somebody that can score, somebody that they can plug into their lineup, and an NHL player. And he proved now he's an NHL player. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens with Adam Gaudette, but good for him. It is, people have no idea how tough it is to produce with very limited minutes. It's a tough thing to do. And Gaudette, he just found a way in this playoffs. All year he did. He'd go from fourth line, third line, first line, second line, a little bit of power play time. Okay, now you're going to play center. Anything that was asked of this guy, he did it, and he did it well. Actually did a nice job on faceoffs too. I think he was the only centerman that might have been 50%. Some guys really struggled in the draw last night. Pinto struggled in the draw. Cousins really struggled last night.
Story of the postseason.
How about this? Friend of the show,
Timmy was the only center.
Timmy was okay.
Center who was over 50%.
I don't know if did you guys catch Sean Van Allen? Sean Van Allen went on with the guys from TSN Radio and lost his marbles on the referees for how they were managing the faceoffs. Vanner was beside himself that Tavares wasn't getting kicked out of more draws. It was just is there no rules for these guys? And listen, I'm not a centerman, so I don't see these little intricacies all the time. Ask me anything about the defense, I'll tell you. Forwards, centers taking a faceoff, I have no idea. But Vanner he just said there was a lot of stuff going on there that young centers just don't get the benefit of the doubt from linesmen, and you can see for sure big reason why Toronto were winning a lot of those draws. They're getting away with a lot of stuff.
A lot of picks. You've been talking about the picks all season or all series as well, right? Like you notice the subtle picks where guys are just holding people as soon as they draw back, and it's just there's so much interference going on. And
so much. They were very Toronto. Here's what really stuck out to me. I went to a Toronto Maple Leafs practice a long time ago when Sheldon Keefe was the coach, and they were all into analytics and I like analytics, but there's time and place and video and skills coach. They had more coaches on the ice than players. They had like 6 iPads, 4 skating coaches, all kinds of people doing all this shit that doesn't matter. And now I go watch a Toronto Maple Leaf practice. They got their coaches. Mark Savard's on the ice. The skill drill he's doing, he's got a stick and a pair of gloves, and guys are skating around it, passing the puck back and forth. Because in the postseason, we just saw it. You win with faceoffs, blocking shots, getting away with picks and holding up, playing hard. You throw everything out the window, and it's all about who does the little things well. And Toronto was just a little bit better. Hey, we got to clarify something, by the way. We might have to put Wally on the stand for this while we got him here. He looks like he's ready for questioning here, Graeme. So, Wally, yesterday at the Royal Oak, great day. Did you have a nice time? It was fantastic, right?
Yeah. It was a great crowd. It was really good people. Yeah.
Yeah. Did the wallet come out to pay for those beers? Now remember, you're under oath. You're under oath, and I want the truth.
Under oath. I'm not.
I want the truth, Wally.
You can't handle the truth.
He lost his voice and his shirt.
Because a big thanks to the guys at the Royal Oak. They did a great job. And the beers came out. They didn't come out right on that. I'll say this. Wally organized it. He made sure everybody got their beer. Wally actually delivered some of the beers to the table to some of our good friends of the show. But at the end of the day, did the wallet come out?
Since you're asking me, here's the honest answer. We gave up the sponsorship fees for them to cover the beer. So it did cost me money.
Us.
Well, you don't seem to have any problem spending my money.
Nice.
So Royal Oak, thumbs up. Wally, thumbs up too. I'll give you a thumbs up too. That was we took care of the people there.
Yes.
All right. Third question, number 3, and I don't want to get we got to ask the question.
I'm ready.
Most disappointing. Graeme, we'll start with you.
Well, spoiler alert on Wally. I thought the second line, like we talked about the second line at the beginning of the series, like if this team was going to have an opportunity to upset Toronto, they needed production, performance, two-way play out of their second line. And I thought that line as a whole, actually, I shouldn't even I thought David Perron was very good throughout the course of the series, but for me, it's like Batherson and Cousins didn't live up to their billing at all, which is two young guys in their first experience in their first postseason. But for me, Cousins.
We picked Drake Batherson as the best player in game 1. Come on.
No, he was okay. He tried hard, but he's one of your leading scorers in the regular season. And then what do you have? 2 points?
Sure.
So he didn't produce, and if this team is going to upset Toronto, you need that line to produce, and they didn't produce it at all. And they were on the ice for several goals against Wally.
I don't argue your point. My point is, I don't think Drake Batherson was the worst player for the Ottawa Senators.
I didn't say he was the worst player.
Well,
I said that line.
If you're going to go the most
disappointing
disappointing player,
yeah,
I would think that you would probably pick someone who was not as noticeable. I understand Drake has his deficiencies.
Yeah.
However, I thought as a player, he could have had 2 goals in game 5. I don't know how they didn't go in. I thought he was noticeable. And so I won't let you slander Drake Batherson. He has a mug.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying, I wanted more from him.
Graeme wants heads on a platter. He started with Hammer, who had no part of the series, just an innocent victim on the side, just got hammered down. Now he's coming for Drake. Who's next on Graham's hit list here?
I'm not coming for Drake. I just said I wanted him to score more.
No,
obviously he had the mistake. Obviously, he had
Tim Stützle had 2 goals.
Yeah, but he played very well. He had a very strong 2-way game. Most physical player on the ice.
Wally,
we already talked about Timmy. But like Cousins for me was the absolute disappointment. And I don't think it's easy for a guy coming from a tough situation in Buffalo, where the team's struggling and everything else. You come to Ottawa, you have to integrate, learn a system, everything else. But like I was just young kid experiencing his first postseason. I think this summer is going to be a big offseason for him. And I think like if this team's going to take that next step from just being like a playoff team to a contender, they need Dylan Cousins to ramp up his development a little bit and become a stronger two-way player.
Yeah.
I think, by the way, the chat has picked every player except Brady and Tim as a disappointment at some point here.
I got to get into the chat here. Stand by. Wally, who do you have for?
It's Nick Cousins, or not Nick. I apologize. Dylan
Yeah,
Cousins.
you took Chesky down.
Sorry. No.
Yeah.
Ches, if you're listening, no, that's not you.
Yeah.
For Zetterlin would have been close. Zetterlin would have
Yeah.
been close because he did absolutely nothing. However, he's on the fourth line, so I expect more from Dylan Cousins in your second line center.
For me, it's an easy answer. Very easy. Zetterlund got opportunities on the second power play, opportunities on the second line. Early in the series was moved around, and hey, listen, it's not from a lack of effort. The guy was busting his ass out there trying to make a difference. Just nothing happened for him. No offense, no goals, some costly turnovers. Just hopefully next year, this is exactly what I said yesterday, similar to what happened in San Jose when he came in. I think first 23 games he had no goals.
Yeah,
but to me, I got to be honest here. If I look at all the players on the Senators roster, and I'll keep Cousins out of that. Like Cousins wasn't really in a role to make a difference in a lot of the games. And I found when Nick Cousins was on the ice, he didn't hurt you. He was physical. He did what he could. Adam Gaudette in limited minutes, and this is the difference between Gaudette and Zetterlund. I know Zetterlund had the nice screen on the one goal with so that was he did some good things, but you still have to produce. And I thought Gaudette found a way. David Perron played probably less than Zetterlund did over the series. If you look at his ice and opportunities, and he just finds a way. But that's experience, right? Perron's just a big game player, and to this point, you just don't know what Zetterlund is yet. He's a guy that scored goals on a bad team, and it's a lot different when you're playing a good team. But we'll see what happens next year. Perhaps it's just a fact that it takes you a little while to get comfortable in your surroundings. But to me, since coming in up until the playoffs, pretty disappointing because he was here to score. He was here to score, and he didn't score. That's an easy answer for me. Easy answer.
It certainly creates some interesting questions for the offseason, right? Because you look at like slotting. Obviously, you have like Claude Giroux's impending unrestricted free agent status. Sorry. And then you have Zetterlund, who's playing on the fourth line. Like, if Zetterlund's going to get in this lineup as a left winger, who is he displacing? It's not going to be Brady Tkachuk. You have Ridley Gregg playing left wing. You have David Perron. Like, those are the guys who are kind of slotted in as your three left wingers. And then you look at the right side, Claude Giroux is a free agent.
Yeah.
And then you have Batherson and you have Amadio, who's exceptional in the third line role. So it's like, if you look at Ottawa, the strengths and weaknesses of the roster in the postseason, like obviously, like what's the biggest need? What's the biggest need at forward right now for the Senators? It's probably a goal scorer, right? Like you want more high-end skill at the top of the lineup.
5 goal scorer.
Yeah. So like who is that person going to be? Is it going to be like
they need someone to play with Tim. There's no speed for Tim.
Yeah, is it going to like? I think like Nick Ehlers could be exceptional in that top line role if that's. That's a possibility. But
honestly, guys, just back to what I thought Drake had some really big moments in this series. Like he's the one game where he was Ottawa's best player. Even last night, like Batherson has the ability because he's 6'3" and he's got great hands to hold guys off and create extra time with the puck. That's the difference between a guy like Batherson and a guy like Zetterlund. Zetterlund's 5'8", so he's got no reach. So when a guy's coming on him, he can't extend plays like a Batherson can. He's strong and he can sometimes battle, but Batherson's got skill, size, and reach. Whenever Batherson's played with Stützle, they've been really good together. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you put Drake with Stützle and Tkachuk. Like that could be a really, really good line.
But he's going to have to change his defensive game or pretend he has one.
It's been better. It's been better. I know I had the one game, but you can look. You can. There's all kinds of situations where you can point the finger at guys. You can say to, why didn't Cousins block that shot by Max Pacioretty? Like Toronto is in lanes blocking shots. Why does Ottawa have such? Ottawa's young guys to a man have to get better at getting in shooting lanes. They just it's an art form that you learn as you longer you play in this league. Like look at Lawton on Toronto. He's exceptional. Look at John Tavares. How many shots did he block in this series? Like a ton. I'd look and I'm like, holy shit, Tavares blocked another shot. To a man, the centers have to get better at blocking. Too many pucks get through from the point, partly because, especially on the PK, I still think they're way too passive and they give time and space, but they got to get better at blocking, not just Bath. Everybody does. They all need to get better.
So getting back to the slotting question, like where are the fits? Where are the fits for Zetterlund and Claude Giroux right now?
I thought last night was Giroux's best game. Thought he was really good, but the question is how much longer. I'd re-sign him. Like he's obviously going to come back at a much lower number, which is fine.
But where does he play?
Yeah, it's the slotting though, Yorkie. Like where?
Yeah,
We have the lines.
I honestly don't think, from what I've seen so far, I don't think Zetterlund's the answer, but I could be wrong. Maybe he needs a fresh start next year. Hey, there's a guy there. I like to win in this league. You need big guys that can skate. So for me, sure, I'd love to see a guy that's like everybody talks about quote unquote skilled forward. I want a big guy that can skate. Like I'm watching the playoffs right now. I want a big guy that's fast. That's what I want in my top six. Like if I look at this group of Senators forwards, I want some more size and I want some more speed. And like you're gonna playing with Stützle. If you play north-south and you just go to the net and you're fast and you're first on the forecheck and you can get him the puck and you can score dirty goals, big and fast with some skill is going to turn into a 25 goal scorer playing with Stützle. But they need more big and fast. There's not enough big and fast. But everyone's talking about Brock Besser. He's slow.
Yeah, I prefer Ehlers if it comes to it. But I think that's a cool part of free agency. If you go to someone and say, "Hey, how would you like to be our first line right winger to play with Timmy and Brady?" Like how many more situations are better than that across the league right now?
Like it
depends on your tax rate.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, guys around the league, people watch. Guys are watching series. Everyone's seeing, holy shit, that's Senators rink. Look at those fans. Like that's a pretty good place to play. They got Brady Tkachuk there. How many guys everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to sign long-term where you can go and have some success. How many people are watching saying, shit, I wouldn't mind playing with that Stützle guy. If you're a free agent, you want to go somewhere where you're going to produce, you're going to win, you're going to have a good environment, you're going to have a good owner, something Ottawa has. Like it's known around the league right now. They're spending money. They got one of the best dressing rooms, best setups in the league. Treated extremely well. Like if I'm Ottawa's going to become a place that's like people instead of didn't want to go to. It's going to be a little more attractive now because guys want to go where there's a good culture and guys are watching. Hey, if I'm a player and I watch that playoffs, I'd love to play with Stützle. So I don't know. I haven't seen the list of free agents for this summer, but
we'll get into it later.
Yeah, we can get into it. We'll do how about we do some ad reads and then we can talk about that like shortly after. All right. Coming Hot is brought to you by Club EG's City Match Play Championship. This match play championship taking place in Ottawa is for golfers of every skill. There's a division for any skill, any age, and yes, males and females. There are some team divisions as well. You can enter any division that suits you, and you get matched up in a bracket style match play golf tournament that is for Ottawa and surrounding golfers. Check out the details on citymatchplay.golf, individual divisions, team divisions. There's no reason to not play in this great city championship since they cater to even those who shoot over 100. You always compete against someone of similar skill. Check it out at citymatchplay.golf.
And this show also brought to you by our good friends at BEI. Spring's just around the corner. Oh, it's actually here. It's going to be 20 degrees this weekend. So no better time than today to give BEI a call. You can reach them at 613-432-1120 or online at bonasherexcavating.com. BEI is helping to shape the Ottawa Valley.
Can you come rake my lawn, Yorkie?
You got to get some topsoil down first. You go topsoil, and you got to go heavy on the topsoil, Wally, and then you got to get some grass seed on there and lots of water, and you'll be good in about 2 weeks.
By the way, the Petawawa BEI Topsoil Depot is opening tomorrow. Just if you're in the Ottawa Valley, keep that in mind. Check them out at BEI at monsterexcavating.com. All right, and of course, you want to get on the action for Stanley Cup playoffs at Bet365. They got you. From game props to player props, totals, and the money line, you can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, and Stanley Cup champions, and much, much more. Whatever your bet, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get on the game. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. I blew the parlay last night quickly as Thomas Chabot.
Thomas Chabot got a point.
Yeah, 2 points, in fact. The only player with 2 points last night. Today, there is only one NHL game. It's the Jets and Blues. Is this game? How's this going to end?
I don't trust Hellebuck right now.
I know.
Even though they're up in the series, he let in a stinker last game. Like, it's no Scheifele. They already have no Ehlers, but we'll see. Yeah, the St. Louis Blues are such a grindy hockey team. I love watching those guys play. Like, and they're tough. That hit, that Shen put on Scheifele. Oh my God. Like, that was one of the hardest hits I've seen all season. Now Scheifele's probably concussed or whatever is wrong with him. But man, that's been a big, heavy series. Graeme, have you watched any of that series?
Yeah, watched a bit. And Hellebuck hasn't played at his highest level yet. That's the weird part. Like, Winnipeg's finding a way to win games without him being at his best. But I think that's a testament to how well the Blues are playing right now. Like, it's just your typical Jim Montgomery coach team, right? They're just like greasy. They're hard on you, and they're making life difficult for the Jets.
Do you want to know? I'm on the chat, guys. I've penetrated. I've penetrated the chat. There's some great names on here. We got Dark Helmet on here. Spaceballs. What I
met Dark Helmet somewhere. I think I met him at the Royal Oak.
Waldron 27. Waldron 27.
Yeah,
but he's smart. Waldron's smart. Probably very difficult if the number one guy that would be on my shopping list as a UFA, and he's probably going to re-sign in Florida, is Sam Bennett. You imagine Sam Bennett coming into this lineup. There's your top six guy. You have a line of Brady Tkachuk. I know you got two lefties, wants to play as offside, but you got Brady Tkachuk, Stützle, and Bennett. I know Bennett plays center too, but man, that would be a nasty, nasty line.
So could you,
I would go. You could put Bennett on your second line, and move Batherson up. But that's the type of player I'm talking about. But it's just so hard to get guys like that. Like, I want a guy that because now to me, Ottawa's made the playoffs, so God, Yorkie, don't penetrate the chat. Hockey dude has come in. I'm in. It's too bad. It's too late now. But if you could, those are the guys you need. Like, I don't want guys that score goals and you don't know what they are. And I want guys that are proven playoff players that play with jam, have some speed, have leadership. Those are the types of guys you want.
Bennett's still young too. He's only 28 right now.
Oh my God. Get me a Sam Bennett. Get me you want to get me a defenseman. I know he's got one more year left on his contract. Get me Rasmus Anderson out of Calgary. Just guys, right shot guy, plays with some bite, has some skill, loves to get involved, chirps on the ice. Get me those guys. Those guys are just winners. But tough to get those guys.
Yeah, he played poorly down the stretch too because he was playing on a broken leg. So maybe there's a buy low opportunity there in Calgary. So it's possible. You never know. Yeah.
Oh my God, the chat is bumping right now. Yeah, Aaron McAllister, Adam Lowry would be a nice player to. Yeah, no shit. Get me the captain. Get me the captain of the Winnipeg Jets, who's 6'6". Thanks, Tips.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want me on this chat.
It's pretty thin. It's pretty thin for defensemen though. Like that's the hard part.
Listen, we'll do a whole show on what's available.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Just quickly, because I keep forgetting to do this. Throughout the playoffs, or even still, all your YouTube comments and all the emails and stuff have all been read. I apologize, I haven't gotten back to everybody. Just let you know, it's all appreciated, all the good, even the bad. I just appreciate you guys all reaching out to the show. So thank you just for that.
We get bad emails.
No, good emails.
We had someone the other day go, "This is so boring. I can't believe you guys have a podcast."
Go beat it then. We don't want you. You don't like the chit chat? Get out of here.
That's right.
So listen, I finally tracked down who Wally, broken down, beaten up Wally, voice is a mess. You know, his only way of communicating while he's talking now is by writing on the whiteboard. Wally is the dad from Legends of the Fall. Remember this character? There he is. It's right there.
That's what I look like when I walk Gertie.
Nice code.
All right.
You got to get a code like that.
One of the most hey, that's a sneaky good movie, by the way. Lots of a few too many storylines, but a great movie, Wally. Please tell me you've seen Legends of the Fall.
I have, but I couldn't tell you anything about it at the moment.
Okay, what happens is the son dies.
Spoiler alert.
So is that Brad Pitt?
40 years old.
No, Brad Pitt is the other son who is kind of like a rebel. Favorite son, Anthony Hopkins. Anyways, there's a whole love triangle going on. It's anyways, I won't ruin it. It's a must watch. Very good movie. But this is you right here, Anthony Hopkins.
It's 40 years old, Yorkie. I don't think you're ruining it.
It's not 40.
If they haven't seen it by now, they're not going to see it.
Listen, they don't make good movies anymore. This just in. You got to go back to see the classics like Legends of the Fall.
I'm wondering if Travis Green has finally watched the Boston Red Sox New York Yankees documentary he's been asked about for an entire week.
You have to so his first availability, like after the bag day, you have to ask, have you finally had time to watch the Boston Red Sox series? Just do it. That has to be the first question. I need to see good reactions.
So Graeme has made a couple of funnies to Travis this week. So Graeme is all in on trying to get Travis to laugh.
I heard your last one. It was about the elephant. Was that you that said the elephant in the room?
Yeah, that was me. I couldn't help myself. That was just that was too easy. Low hanging fruit after the first game. Ken Campbell, love Ken Campbell, fellow hockey news writer. But he asked, it's those older journalists who are at that stage of the career where they just don't care anymore. So they're not afraid. I shouldn't say they don't care anymore, but they're not afraid to ask questions because they just, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go. And he was questioning the Senators goaltending after game one, and Travis was having none of it. So after Linus stood on his head and posted the shutout, I had to ask about the elephant in the room. And asked him how much the Senators need strong goaltending in Game 6. So, got to chuckle out of Travis Green.
Okay, I'm seeing in the chat here some people want to already trade Jensen. Trade Jensen. Time to move on. No, you don't. You like this. It's an 82 game schedule. You don't want to all of a sudden trade one of your good D, and next year someone gets hurt and you're scrambling for the. You need to add more, not subtract. Okay,
so because you didn't read the show notes that I prepared, because I was thinking maybe I couldn't speak to this episode, we have skipped over Brady Tkachuk's comments from last night.
Well, there's still time in the show to get to them.
So we are going to get to them.
Let's get to them.
I just feel bad that we're getting to them this late in the show, but let's just take care of one last thing and then we'll get to Brady. Shoeless Joe's is a new proud sponsor of the show. Get ready, Canada. Playoff season is here, and Shoeless Joe's Sports Grill in Kempville and in Orleans, they're coming in hot. They're serving up fresh, made-to-order dishes every day, and for a limited time, you can dive into our True North playoff menu packed with bold flavors and fan favorites. But wait! The best part, head to Shoeless Joe's, and you could win a trip to the finals. Whether it's a night out, a family dinner, a game day with friends, Shoeless Joe's Sports Grill is your home for great food, big moments, and unbeatable vibes. Shoeless Joe's Sports Grill, proudly Canadian, always legendary. Check them out in Orleans and Kempville. And of course, a thank you to the one at Queen's Quay in Toronto that hosted us for 2 games of this series.
Well, you got a lot of boards you made here. We got stuff on some great stuff here. We got Stutzla boards. We've got Big Linus Energy. We've got the battle. That's pretty good. You put a lot of work into this.
I've been up since 6 a.m.
All right, let's start with Brady Tkachuk. Let's get. So we got to talk more about Brady Tkachuk.
Here's his first 50 seconds last night. as he was asked basically about what he thought of the team and the experience.
I mean, it's devastating. Really believed, and yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow right now.
How proud are you of this group, the way they came back being down 3-0?
I'm really proud of this team. I'm really proud of every single guy in this room, everybody that even wasn't playing, staff, trainers, everybody in this organization. Yeah, I mean, I think it takes will, it takes guts. Didn't get the job done, but I think we're gonna take these lessons and be that much better because of it. And just, I know it's tough to realize right now, but everything happens for a reason, and we'll be better because of it.
There you go. An
Jeez.
emotional Brady Tkachuk as he led his team through the postseason.
Yeah. Thank God we didn't start the show with that. My God.
I'm always good to bring the show right down.
Oh yeah, like that's there's a guy that cares, man. I watched that last night too. It's just you lay it all out there. You play with your heart, and I'll still say this: what a friggin' horse shit penalty that was they gave him last night when he finished Brandon Carlo. My God, like it's a great hit.
He hit him too hard, Yorkie. That's the penalty.
2 minutes for hitting too hard. I thought that was a ridiculous call, and that ended up getting Toronto the power play, which got them the lead. But man, and then you saw it, and it's not just people in the auto game. Our friend of the show, Colby Armstrong. As soon as that's Colby, that's soft as butter. But it was like you can't. That's why sometimes drives me nuts about the refs. There's a minute, or was it 2 minutes left in the period?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
That's a friggin' key moment in the game. It's 0-0, and you're gonna give. I understand that Ottawa had one, but it was
At 2. If I'm
so
not
it's
mistaken.
like you're almost looking to give something, but
Yes.
to me that's not something you give. Like that's a hard playoff check, and it's not like Tkachuk was running over this small guy. It was Brendan Carlo, who's 6'4", so hated the call, but loved how Tkachuk played last night. Man, he was physical last night. Probably his most physical game of the series.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Brady, that because York, you played the game, you're never supposed to show emotion, never supposed to wear your heart on your sleeve, right? All that, you just talk about the team and you move on to the next day. I appreciate that the Josh Norris trade or this moment or whatever, he has no issue of actually being emotional. And I think that goes a long way in the room of, we care. Like, we are going to win because we care for one another in here. Mm-hmm. That's what I get from Brady Tkachuk.
And Linus was echoing the same thing, right? Like, he talked openly about that as well. Like, he was hugging guys in line, admitted that he cried. Like, you could tell like he was emotional speaking about it as well. It's just, it's I don't know, it's that human element that's nice to see pour out every now and again.
One of the things you'll always get when you're in big games, you need a big win. The coach will say to you in the dressing room, don't play for yourself, play for the guy beside you. And that's what Ottawa does. They play for one another. Like, you can tell they don't care who scores. They don't care who gets the credit. Like, that's a very tight hockey club. It starts from the captain. And even starts from up top. Like,
I was just gonna say, I think it starts.
It starts from Andlauer to Staios to Pooley to Ryan Bowen. It's like the people, they got good people involved in the organization now, and it just flows. It flows down from the top to the bottom, and they're building something special here. I watched the end of the game at home, and that's all that was being said on the broadcast. Ottawa has turned the page on the negativity from the years past, and now they've sent notice to the league that they're for real, and this team's going to be same with Montreal. Montreal's coming too, but it's going to be an interesting division because it was always before your givens were Florida, Tampa, Toronto. Not so much anymore. Like there's some Ottawa's coming, Montreal. Like there's so many good teams now. But I agree, Wally. That raw emotion that Tkachuk has, that's what makes him so great. Because not everybody has that. A lot of guys will fake it, but he doesn't fake it. That's coming from the heart.
Especially the tough guys, right? Like, you label Brady a tough guy, big, strong, physical.
Yeah.
Even his dad, right? How miserable they are to play against. He just wants to win. So
Yeah, exactly.
we'll see how this all plays out over the summer. Also, a reminder, because I keep getting comments and texts, our show's not over. We go all year.
What?
That's right. We you should check your contract.
Hold
we
on a
go all
second
year.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the stab, that damn small print.
that's right. So maybe not. I need to go all year so I can pay for all the beers that you keep spending. So we are back Monday. So we'll do a locker clean out this weekend. We will be back Monday to discuss it. And then we'll continue on as we get ready now for the next season. Lots to chat about. I will also have player interviews throughout time as they now get to enjoy some summer break.
Yep. Lots of fun things planned for the summer. We've got some irons in the fire, maybe a couple shows on special location again. Now we know how to do it. Like this, now that we can do it. Well, I don't. You do.
Yeah. Look, hey, so the show's at 4:30 yesterday. What time do the good listeners in the chat think Yorkie showed up for the 4:30 show?
Quarter after.
Then you had to get your coffee. Then you had to say hi. I had to tell you that we were about to have a show, so you would sit down.
Yeah. Well,
I was there at 2 p.m.
Man of the people.
Man of the people.
Graham showed up.
Work in the room. Work in the room.
Explore the space, Wally. Explore the space. Big Mike was there. Tommen from Toronto. We had our table off to the 8 of 8 that were there at every.
They won all
They
won all the prizes.
What was the last name? What's the last name of the guys? The son won, the brother
Vasher,
won.
it was Vasher?
Vasher, yeah, the Vasher family. What a great family. No, it was great. It's so nice to meet people in person and just a great time. It's unfortunate the playoffs are over because, man, that even the red zone was bumping when we pull up to the rink. They're giving out $5 beers and $2 chansons. Just playoff hockey's the
hey. The Royal Oak had half-price wings and $6.95 20-ounce Molson Canadians.
Yeah, that's why we're bumping in there.
You could always do a watch party potentially, like next year, like for a road game or something.
Oh yeah, we
Do a
definitely
live show and then watch party with a bunch of.
There's a chance we might be doing that at Shoeless Joe's. We'll see.
That'd be awesome. That'd be fun.
Yeah. All right.
I
gotta go to London. I gotta head.
Oh yeah, you're off to London to play.
Got a long drive. Got to go to London, Ontario for Hockey Helps the Homeless. 3 hockey games tomorrow. I've got to bring home some of my son's stuff from school too. He's leaving Western University for good. And I'm going to help him take some of his stuff. So
nice.
Lots to do.
I might need you to stop in Toronto. I left my mic based there. So
did you? I'll get it for you. That's what good guys do. Let me know.
I'll pay for your Timbits. All right, gentlemen. Thanks. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. Highway 7, here I come.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.